Awesome. All right. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Trass, Director of Keep It Local, Columbia County. And today we're going to be talking about how to drive holiday shoppers to your business. And so we're trying to get ready for the holidays because, as always, it usually comes right around the corner and then we're all like, oh no, it's here. So we're trying to talk about things that help everyone feel a little prepared for this year. So we'll be covering all sorts of things, but just some parts of the class series. Maybe I can click is that this series has been hosted by our program, Keep It Local Columbia County, and our other host is Columbia County SBDC. And Jason Moon is the director of the center, pictures right there. And Jason, as the director, this center is actually brand new to our county. If you haven't heard of it before, the SBDC is part of a statewide and actually even national small business development network. And our county gets our very own one. And we're actually pretty unique. So this is the first center since 2013 to come to Oregon. And our center isn't attached to a community college. So we actually get a lot of like mobility to serve our community. And so if you ever want to access the SBDC, Jason's up and running right now. And I'd be happy to connect you with him. He's right now doing free one-on-one business advising. You can work on building a business plan, making loan applications. He can help you craft a really good package, marketing plan strategies, hiring and managing, accounting and finance, really anything that your business that is looking to like grow or he can help you with. And an important thing to know is that SBDCs aren't just for startup businesses or growing early businesses, but established businesses can also take advantage of these opportunities, and they're all free and confidential. So that's something to let everyone know about. And then today I get to be the speaker, which is exciting. And so a little bit about me is that I've been the director of our program, Keep It Local Columbia County, since July last year, and I have been loving it, really rewarding to serve our community. A little bit background about me is I actually grew up in Columbia County, specifically in Clatskanie. And at the time I was like class president because I've always been a little too extra. And then I got to get involved with leadership, and that's where I really found my passion for like helping others. And so I also found a passion for planning, and I was like, what degree plans? And I was like, and then I thought business seems like a degree that plans. So then I went to Oregon State University and studied business and management and graduated in 3 years. And then I was happy to come back home. And now I live back here in our county and serving it in this role. And then a fun fact about me, in my spare time, I really enjoy wood burning. And I actually right now have 30 wood burn ornaments that I've been just making for funsies. And so I thought I'd just show as a little fun fact. So you can see little designs like that. And this one's my favorite. I don't even know if I will end up selling it because I really just like it, but it's like a bear wood burning. So little fun fact about me. And then to talk about the Keep It Local program, we are a program of the Columbia Economic Team, the Economic Development Organization of Columbia County that does business retention and attraction. And we're kind of the part of the small business focus of the team. And so we encourage people to shop, taste, play, and buy local here in Columbia County. And so that's really our focus, is that marketing and getting people to be aware of businesses like yourself, and also get the consumers engaging with you. Our programs include promotion on social media. Most of the time, that's where people see us most. Our free business events directory, which I'm super excited to announce that next month we're going to be launching our site. And so that's a place where you can upload your business for free, and it'll be all in one place. So if someone wants to like look up a local artisan, they could find like all the local artisans in our county on the website. And so I just let everybody know that early, that once we have that launch, I'll be like asking everyone, please add yourself. So be prepared for me to be like, please come on the site. And it's really useful as well for you because it helps you be found in a Google search in multiple areas and be search engine optimized. And then the other thing is comments generating campaigns, and I'll talk about this a little bit more soon. So I also love the chance to get to meet everybody. So if anyone wants to unmute themselves and introduce themselves or put in chat, please do. Also, I will ask everyone to put their name in chat since I'm the only one running this meeting today. I'll be keeping track of everyone attending through the attendance, but since I don't have time to like write down everybody's names while I'm presenting, if you could put it in the chat, that's how I'll keep record, so that if you attend 5 classes, you get our free bonus we're free featured listing when the website launches. So please put your name and your business in chat, and then if anyone wants to introduce themselves, take this time.
I'll introduce myself. Hi, I'm Jessica. I am working on starting up a photography business that specializes in women's portraiture. And so I'm trying to take all these classes and hopefully get all my ducks in a row before I open up.
That's awesome. That's so great. When are you hoping to launch?
Hopefully in November. I would like to start. I'm pretty close, so as long as everything kind of goes according to schedule, I should be there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And is there anyone else that would like to introduce themselves?
I don't know if I'm doing this right.
Yes.
You don't have to see me. Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm actually doing this. I've been running a fan page for my high school English teacher, and I kind of want to help her make it more commercial. So I'm just seeing what I can do.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this will be a little holiday focus, so maybe we'll inspire some holiday ideas for you.
Yeah. Well, actually, just learning the last week about the corporate page versus a fan page was a big opening for me on Facebook.
Cool. And I'm seeing everybody introduce themselves also in the chat.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, no. Can I say?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, I'm Erica. I run Columbia River Jewelers. I should have really great holiday sales considering what I do, but I seem to struggle with that. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm still debating if I want to actually do my annual holiday party because it always feels like a bust. So I'm still like, so we'll see kind of at the end of today how I feel about whether or not I should actually have my party, which I know technically I should, but at the same time, so
Yeah, this will be great. Yeah. One of the things I built into this presentation is a lot of ideas, so hopefully it'll inspire you. Cool. Well, thank you everyone for introducing yourselves, and keep introducing yourselves in the chat. But I have a lot to cover, so I'm just going to start diving right in. And so today we'll be talking about some tips about getting ready, current trends that are happening just around the holidays, ideas for the holidays, and then local opportunities. And then we have a guest speaker, Mindy Sass from Sass at Home, who will be talking a little bit about like what she's done to help inspire people. And so some tips for getting ready is first, it's really important to be ready. And as I'll be talking about in the trends, being ready yesterday is a good time to be ready, but if you're not ready yesterday, then today's a good day to be ready and start working on these things. So my absolute, if I could like say anything, and you walk away with something, is start planning now, because holidays seem to be like almost on October. And then additionally, updating your business hours on Google My Business, Facebook, and wherever else you place your hours is really important for when people find you for the holidays. And so that you want to always be reliable. It's always a good practice to do every year, but specifically for the holidays, this is something that just double check it to make sure everything's accurate, your information is accurate. And then third is communicating your customers early is really important too this year for getting ready. As you're making your plan from that first tip, be sure that you're communicating with your customers as well what you plan to do, because they're starting early and you want to get their attention early. And then you can launch your holiday campaign early if you want to. So I'm saying early a lot because it's important. And that will throw us into the trends that are happening this year and ways to seize it. So before we talk about the earliness of everything, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but there is one thing that I feel like is a trend to be really aware of, and it's a way to seize the opportunity. But right now, with the economy being unsure, spending is likely to be down, is what the trends are predicting. From 58% of consumers expect to pull back on purchases that are not food due to the rise of inflation and things like that that's been happening. And so this doesn't necessarily have to be just like bad news for us local businesses, but it means that having a really good plan and planning early is so important so that you can navigate around these trends and seize actually opportunities that could happen, that's happening in the economy right now. So such ideas to be able to adapt to that include, first, like one of the top things that I've been finding is that making your customer experience phenomenal and show their appreciation for them is one of the best things. So the reason why a lot of people would choose to be local is because they love the customer experience. And it's actually a growing trend, especially with millennials and Gen Z, that they like the experience of shopping. So as you think about your business, think about like the customer journey for everywhere from like them finding you online to then the plug to like where they go purchase from you, either online or in store. What's that experience then of the purchase? And then importantly, what's the aftermath? You know, are you communicating with them after and making them feel like it was a really positive experience and they're walking away with that? Are you doing follow-up? And so we'll give some ideas around throughout the presentation of the customer journey, but this is one of the top things to do as our economy is a little shaky right now, is to have your customer experience be phenomenal, because that will attract a lot of people to you. Additionally, focusing less on big ticket items, making the everyday items shine is a trend. So this year will be a little less about like the majorly big expensive things, and it'll be a little bit more about items that feel affordable. And it is interesting, this is kind of a theory, but there's something called the lipstick effect, which is basically like during like economic ups and downs, that everyday items like lipstick that make somebody feel a little more special, they'll purchase it, not as expensive, but it makes them feel a little better. The data doesn't show it if that's an actual phenomenon that happens or not, but it's something if you want to like experiment with it, maybe you display some items that are kind of those like lipstick items to make people feel a little better, but not super high ticket items. But it's also just important that if you have anything that is something a little like not majorly big, but more like the common items, to make those feel shine and make the customer feel like they're getting something great. If you can put that messaging around it, that's a good strategy. Additionally, considering price matching is a great tip. And so if you have something that you can price match, and so they find it on some other platform, then you can, if they come in, or you let everybody know, hey, we'll do price matching. That's something great to consider. Or even better, if you have things like cheaper than say on Amazon, then maybe advertising that. Additionally, this year is really important to utilize discounts, coupons, sales, and not only like offer all these things, but be sure that your communication is really good about this, because people are going to be bombarded with sales. I mean, Amazon's like doing a multi-day event this year, and so like and they're drawing a lot of attention towards that. So you're going to need to break through those kinds of noises that are happening, and be able to communicate with your audience and your loyal customers your discount sales. Additionally, another trend that is happening is, as I mentioned earlier, that holiday shopping has basically already begun. Per bank rate, some customers have already started. 25% of them started in August and September, 25% begin in October, and then the rest, the 40%, are started shopping in the final 2 months of the year. And so this is why it's really important to be ready as soon as you can. And then additionally, the consumer's desire to snag gifts before the prices rise. So this is one of the top reasons why people are shopping earlier this year, is that they're trying to get these deals earlier. Again, kind of tying back to that shaky economy. So they're buying earlier so they get the certain discounts that are already happening. So offering things now is a great thing to take advantage of. And then the other important trend that's happening right now is that online shopping is on the rise. Interestingly, though, as you can see on the graph, so before the pandemic, online shopping was like, as you see with the red, it's just like skyrocketing up. And now it took a big dip oddly during the pandemic, but it's back on the rise again. So what this kind of is talking about is we are expected to see a 2.5% growth according to Adobe through November and December. So it's really important to have online presence. But this also shows that there's been a shift since the pandemic, that people are focusing also on the in-person experience. And so when we talked just a few slides ago about how important it is to have your experience. A lot of people missed that in the pandemic. And so it seems like that trend is also lagging around. And so people want to get back in that experiential where online shopping isn't quite like that. But it is still really important to see online shopping. And for example, I found this quote on Forbes and I thought this was really good. Creating an intuitive, convenient, and personal online mobile experience is crucial for brands. Even for in-person purchases, customers want to research online, which means that customer experience starts when they first search for your brand online. The online experience, including a customer's initial search results, reviews, have never been more important. And as we were talking earlier about the customer journey, it's important to realize that one of the start of that journey for a lot of people is what they see online. So when they search Google My Business, or you put in Google Maps, say a local restaurant, and then whatever, like that presence that looks, that's kind of their first impression of the customer journey. So you really want to make sure that your online presence, your website and everything has a strong call to action, and also is inviting, and it draws people in, because online shopping is only predicted to keep rising as our world gets more technological. So those are the big 3 trends to talk about that's happening. Any questions, ideas, comments? Cool. All right, so then we'll move into the next section. So this one's all about ideas for your holiday plan this year. And so the first idea is always to make a good first impression. And so you can do this both if you're an online business and a storefront. And so both should always have a really nice, clean look. And oftentimes for the holidays, people love the holiday look as well. And so, so basically what you should have is when people first see your business storefront or your online storefront, it's your opportunity has to convert a pass-by customer. If either a poorly designed, it offers a little, or offer a little, like a poor preview of what you truly offer, then the customer is given no reason to engage. For websites, particularly, as I mentioned, it's really important to have your call to action be really visible. I would even suggest like towards the top and the first thing they see. And what I mean by that is that, say you're an online, like you're selling online stickers and that's your main bread and butter, or your flagship item, then it should be really like, that should be one of the top things that they see. Or on our website, when we launch it, our call to action is to get people to search the website and find local businesses. So the very first thing the new website's going to have is a search bar so that you could look up local businesses. And so that's one of the most important parts of Viva Online, but the same idea applies to storefronts as well. You know, you want to give a preview of your display, and everybody loves like holiday displays, but a preview of your items as well, and so that people can see a little bit what you're about. And be incentivized to come in. And so that's the first thing, a good idea. Second is holiday gift guides. And I love this. Most people aren't great at buying gifts. You know, we're all like, what do I get grandma? So one great idea is to create a free gift guide to help them see what they can get from you. And so you can do that with your items, and that and things. The ways to do that is, first, you can make a free and downloadable, which is perfect for email addresses. If you do an email campaign, which email campaigns are fabulous, it has like over 100% ROI. And additionally, make sure that it's useful. So people want to, it's great to break things down in certain categories and things like that. And so don't like have it be chaotic and then they're like, what am I looking at? You know, have a theme. And then additionally, making their contact information, getting all your customers' contact information. So if you do launch a marketing campaign to push out your holiday guide, make sure to get that in place if you do not already. And I've done, last week I did a holiday gift guide with their campaign, and you can get like almost like digital looking books, and they're not too expensive. And so if you want to like look into that, you just like, you can contact me and I can try to remember the name of the business, or you just type in like those kind of electric books. Wait 1 second for me to cough. All right. Another idea is showing your gratitude. So this is a little bit towards like the end of the customer journey, and which is really important in that follow-up part. So the holidays are oftentimes about gratitude, togetherness, and giving. And so you want to connect to your customers by showing the person behind your business. And so ways to do that include sending thank you emails, incorporating gratitude into your campaigns, physical cards with every purchase. So maybe you write handwritten cards. And for your like most loyal customers, or even if you have like a lot of written cards with every purchase. And then additionally, handwritten notes with a personal touch are all things that you can do to show those gratitudes for the people that are really loyal to you, or even your new customers, to make a really good impression as we go back to that whole experience conversation. This is one way you can make your experience really stand out. And that's also the same too with like online. So say you have like the online presence, you could do the thank you emails or thank you messages or those type of things. Email is everything, as mentioned before, so don't underestimate the power of email marketing. So sending newsletters is really fabulous. Almost every single one of us has an email. So having utilizing that as a tool is really important. Sending them ideas for the holiday shopping, as mentioned earlier, we're not all great holiday shoppers. So prompting them to be like, oh, here's some ideas, really helps a lot of people be like, oh, I have an idea. And then sending sales campaigns are great things that you can do as email marketing ideas. And a pro tip, whenever you can in your messaging, especially around the holidays, sounding friendly, helpful, and on brand is a great practice. Customers really want valuable products and nice people. And so part of that customer experience, again, there's a whole trend happening out there with marketing called authenticity. People really like a brand that feels authentic. And we've been talking in our past classes a little bit about branding, as how it's really important to understand your voice. And so not necessarily you have to be like the most like friendly person to show them like you're like you at a little league game locally or something like that. You don't have to be like that involved, but it is good to think through like your brand and how like personal you want to be and how much you show them. Additionally, but it is a good trend to be authentic in that way. So still think about your brand and stay on track with that. But then if you can weave ways to seem like personable, that is great. And then another free tip, people love free stuff. I think it's a basic fact that we all love free things. And so this is a great opportunity to take advantage of that. So offer small rewards and gifts for larger purchases is something that you can do. This is a great strategy because it's a great way to drive higher sales, get repeat customers, and show off undersold products is some of the advantages when you give off these freer items. But remember to make sure that the reward is valuable. That's how you draw them in when you make your marketing materials around it. And so that's always something to do. So if you have anything that you could think of that's like a free, or you can say you don't necessarily have all the funding to give out like a free, I don't know, say a free necklace with everything. Maybe that's a little too much. Then maybe you can do like some kind of like raffle for a basket that you have, and like things like that. And so some of those kind of things can work really well. And then consider hosting a free event. So as we talked about earlier, and the experience, people love events. And so some of the things that you can do is say photos with Santa, breakfast with Santa, a hot cocoa bar, a Thanksgiving spread, storybook reading. And so maybe if you want to get like one of those like classic holiday storybooks and have a reading, it's great to attract the kids too, because the kids oftentimes start going to be like, Mom, Dad, I really want that thing when they're like in your like business or looking at. So sometimes attracting them, or the parent will hear, oh, yay, now I have an idea for them. So those are some great events. Additionally, you could do a holiday crafting, DIY session and cooking session. Live music is another great draw if you can like partner with like a local musician. That's a great thing to do. Or even like, having like maybe the school choirs or something. And then partnering with local organization and nonprofits is also a great idea for putting on events. So maybe if you don't have a lot of ideas, but you do know of a local organization, say there's like the Amani Center, and you're really passionate about the Amani Center here in Columbia County, and you knew that they're taking care of all these people, and so like this could be a great fundraiser event that you could partner with them. And then they would draw in their people that are really connected to that. So sometimes those can be great. Or maybe you have you're really passionate about the band program. And so you ask the band students to come over and play. Maybe some of the proceeds go to benefit them so they can buy instruments. And then that draws all their parents to come into your place. And so those are great. And then not only are local organization and nonprofits a great idea for partnering for events, but even local businesses. So if you have other businesses that are complementary to your business that you could partner with, maybe you can both reveal a certain product at the same time or have a special deal, or maybe you partner with all the businesses on your street and do like a fun, like one night market where you extend your hours for a night and then have people like walk around. All those different types of like things really do draw traction. And using a referral program. So earlier we talked about that customer experience. If you have some people that you've really impressed and you have these customers that love you, get them to like spread the love. So ways to do that is a referral program. So maybe you can set up email referral codes, offer a referral discount on their next purchase, offer a referral discount on their first purchase for the new people that they brought in. And these kind of programs really not only like gets a sale from your loyal customer, but also can generate a new person to like be a loyal customer to you. So referral programs are something really to consider building into your holiday campaign strategy this year. And then the most important part, well, there are a lot of important parts, but the basics succeed for a reason. And so some of the basics is that last minute sales, there's going to be people out there. We've talked about there's a lot of early shoppers, but there's always the people that are like 3 days before Christmas and they're like, I don't have anything. Where am I going to go? So maybe you could put on a special like last minute deal event or sale or something like that and just like drive them in. Additionally, Black Friday, Shop Small Saturday are both opportunities to take advantage of. A lot of people are primed during that weekend to just think about buying, especially like right after Thanksgiving. So be sure to like communicate early what you're doing, but taking advantage of those 2 days is fabulous. Additionally, Cyber Monday, if you have an online business. And then business discounts, they do really well. We talked about the economy. They're a classic staple for businesses, and they're probably going to do really well this year. And then digital marketing ads. So we talked about ads quite a bit throughout the campaign. So things you can do is like Google ads, which are a little more expensive, but that gets you to the whole wide Google market. Or something that's cheaper is like Facebook ads, and you can advertise with that, and you can spend like $20 and get it out to like 2,000 people. Or target geofence, say you only want to target Vernonia or only want to target Scappoose. You can like geofence those areas with Facebook ads. And then, also we talked about like email marketing campaigns, which doesn't really cost anything besides having the membership of like MailChimp or Constant Contact, as I'm getting blinded by the light. And then physical signage. So if you do not have a very prominent sign to point people, if you have a storefront, it's always really important that people will see that and instantly start building up your brand reputation, because they're going to start identifying your logo with that signage. But it should also be really prominent. If you're by like a fast moving highway, you want it to be like big letters so that people can read it. So if you're by Highway 30, for example, and then additionally inside your store, in your windows is all great places where it doesn't hurt to like have your brand in a lot of places. Of course, there's like such things too much. If you had like literally every inch covered with your brand, that might be a little much, but it really does build brand recognition, especially with small businesses. You want to really work on that over time. So if you have multiple places where people are identifying with that, even at the purchase, maybe you like give them a card or something. Those are all great things to do. And then word of mouth is bread and butter. People love it. And so earlier when we were talking about, a referral program, that may be a great way to prompt people to spread you word of mouth. But any way that you can get people to talk about you, maybe surprise them and do something like that's not usually like expected, so maybe you have like a sale that's like for puppies, and like you like buy a bunch of party hats for a dog, and that people start talking about those things are kind of unexpected. And so like if you can do that, that also is a great way to prompt people to spread things word of mouth. Trends are great, but the classic strategies always work for a reason. So see, these are some of the ones that you really want to take advantage of. And then finding the balance between trending and timeless that works for your business. So as I give out all these ideas, it's really important to think back on the basics too of just marketing. So think about like what your brand is all about. Think about what your voice is as a business and organization. And be sure that whatever you do fits in line with that. Don't do something that's contrary to what you've already been building as a brand. And additionally, understand your target market. So as we talk about like our target customers throughout this whole series, how important it is to really understand who your end buyer is, who's the person that you're giving the most value to. Really keep those people in mind as you build out your strategy, because you want to keep getting that customer that you're targeting like deeper and deeper in love with your business. And so those are important things to keep in mind too. And then one last thing to add to this is be genuine, be sincere, and be friendly. Customers want connection and a story of a person, especially during the holidays. Don't be afraid to show your personal side. It looks great on you. And so as we talk about authenticity, people really, really want that connection. And so those are our tips, the trends, that any questions on any of that type of stuff or comments, or if somebody wants to say that they've done some of those and it worked out for them, feel free to chime in. While doing that, I'm going to get the sun out of my face. Maybe. Okay, I thought about getting the sun out of my face. Okay, awesome. Well, let's talk about local opportunities. And so local opportunities this year, I will be plugging a little bit about what we do here with Keep It Local Columbia County. So we have this really fun, popular campaign that we do every year that's called the Keep It Local for the Holidays. This is our 7th year of doing it. And basically it's a campaign to promote people to shop local here in Columbia County. So if you'd like to join, what it includes is just for $75, you can join our enhanced countywide marketing, which includes basically we do an incentive for people to shop local here in Columbia County. It's a great way for you to boost sales, get multi-channel marketing, greater brand exposure, and it's an excellent customer service tool. And really, it's a great way to connect here locally in Columbia County. And so we love putting on this campaign. And so I'm letting all the businesses know that we now have it live if they would like to join, which our due date is November 4th to join. Last year's highlights. So we had 84 participating businesses across Columbia County, which was awesome. It was a record-breaking amount of participants last year. And then we also had a record-breaking amount of local commerce that we captured. And so previously our high was 90,000. And last year we generated and captured $391,000 in local spending through our campaign. So it's a really popular campaign. We had over 1,900 cards turned in, which you might be asking what these cards are, and I'll show that right here. So we have what's called the Wonderland card as part of this campaign, and basically how it works is that for every $10 somebody spends, they get one of these squares signed off or stamped off this year. And once they get this card all filled out, they turn it in at one of the turn-in locations for a chance to win $1,000, and then a bunch of other prizes that businesses donate. And so this is what we captured, all that $391,000 was all these cards being turned in. So if you participate as the business, you get these Wonderland cards to hand out with every purchase, which is a great customer service tool. And we'll also give you a stamp this year to make it faster, because last year it was like signing off every single square. So I bet some cramping hands out there will appreciate that. But this year we'll also be giving the flyers again. That goes in like the front window and the back. And then you also get one post on our social media platform, which we have a really popular Facebook and Instagram page earlier that mentioned. So we kind of get all our followers that like to shop local to see a feature on you. And then we also will do promotions of you on our new website around the holidays. And the website is really where we direct people to find all the businesses too. So that's a great way to get exposure. And then our marketing efforts will also be pointing. So during the whole campaign, which will be running November 18th, the weekend before Thanksgiving, all the way to the first weekend of January, to January 8th, we'll be doing the campaign. And so during all that time, we'll be like pointing people, be like, go shop local, these local businesses that are participating in the campaign. Additional add-ons that we're offering this year is, I'll be talking about this more in the next slide, but we're doing a new thing called the 30 Days of Deals Scratch It calendar. And so just for extra $15, you can participate in that. We do have a limited availability. We can only have like 30 businesses participate. And then we have 6 businesses can do a live video with me, and I'll just come to your business, and either you could be in the video with me, which I love, or I could just run the whole video and we just do a live video to show off everything that you have, or talk about your business if you're like an online business. And then click the button one more time. And then for an extra $0, but only 18 people can do. We partner with the Kohai radio show here in Columbia County. And so you could be on the radio show. It's pre-recorded. So if you like mess up, it's okay. There's like no pressure. You can completely redo everything. So you can be on the radio show that we have, and it's just 10 to 15 minutes to talk about your business during the show. And so those are all additional things that can be added as participating in our campaign. And then, as mentioned, we have a new thing, which I'm super excited for, is that we're doing a 30 Days of Deals Scratch It calendar. And basically the idea is for people could purchase these for $10, and then each day in December, they could scratch off a tile and reveal a local discount. And so if your business is willing to offer a discount, you can participate in this campaign. And the discount is then valid for like 1 week. And then you get like one box like checked off. So you see those little boxes in the image. And then the big surprise towards the end on New Year's Eve is that all the coupons get revalid all the way through January. And so everyone will get a second chance to use the coupon again. So it gives more value to the businesses and gets people like try to go in again if they miss the week of the deal. And so it's kind of a fun way. I'm excited for this because I like the scratch it, idea. So it'll be fun to see people do this. And so if you want to participate in this too, it's just $15 added to your holiday package. And then we only have 30 that we can do because there's only 30 spots. So it's really important to sign up for the holiday campaign as early as you can to make sure that you get a spot here. And then also the earlier you do it, you also can pick the week you'd like your coupon. Benefits include for this is it's a further incentive for people to come be at your business, and it's really complimentary with the Wonderland cards. People will be going around with this and the Wonderland card to you. And then it's a fun way to engage with your customers. And you can also be a sales location for this as well. So that is our holiday campaign. Is there any questions about this? I'll also check my chat really quick. Let's see. Oh, yes. Do customers also have to qualify and be in Columbia County to win the prize? Yes. So to win the $1,000 prize, anybody can win it. It's likely that it's going to be somebody in Columbia County because the campaign is targeted to them, but anybody can win it. And the other thing too with the Wonderland card is that people can fill out multiple. So say somebody comes to your business and spends $1,000, that's like 5 cards filled out. So people, I think my limit is like 25 cards, which is a lot for one person to turn in. So basically people can do as many as they want. That's the other thing to note too. Any other questions on it? I also will at the end of the presentation put in the forms if you're interested. So I'll put in the form that further explains like each of the benefits, the form that talks about like frequently asked questions and like more finer rules with a campaign. And then if you're interested, then there's the payment form, which is the first form that you need filled out to participate. And that's what you let me know. And so I'll put all that in there for anybody that would like to participate, which I would love to have you all, because I really like this campaign is to benefit our local businesses. And so having as many local businesses participate is always my goal. And so that is one local opportunity that we have here in Columbia County. And then the buttons, another opportunity. And I do not think this list is all exhaustive, but we have a lot of local bazaars. And so I'm just going to keep this up for a little bit so that people can take pictures. But if there's anybody in the crowd that takes advantage of local bazaars, we have a lot planned here in the community, from the Caples House, American Legion, the St. Helens High School band program, then like Columbia County Fire and Rescue Scholarship Fund. And so there's all these different events. So take a picture is my best advice. And I try to find the contact information in times. And I think there might be more. But hopefully this is a good start for people if you're looking for local bazaars to get involved with. And then our partners. So one of our partner organizations that promotes local businesses as well is the South Columbia County Chamber. And so they're putting on their own gift shop in the chamber building right off the highway. And this will be Shop Small Saturday weekend, the first weekend in December, the second weekend in December. So if you're looking to be like a vendor there, you can participate. And I put the email. So this is a screenshot of their advertising, be part of that. And then the other thing to keep an eye on, they haven't released the details yet, but I know that our partners are planning to do this again. The St. Helens Main Street Alliance is planning to do their window decorating contest again. And so that was really fun last year. This one's an example from one of the local businesses in Uptown St. Helens, Wigglebutt's Pet Bakery, and they did like a Charlie Brown. And so a lot of businesses will decorate for the Main Street Alliance as well. So that's something to keep an eye out for too. And those are some of the local opportunities that I know of. And then if there's is there any questions on any of this before I introduce our speaker? Cool. So our guest speaker today is Mindy Sass, and I thought it'd be really valuable as part of this class series to learn from one of our local businesses what has worked for them for the holidays. So I'm excited to introduce Mindy. And so Mindy, could you introduce yourself to the group and let everybody know what your business is?
Hi, I'm Mindy Sass. I own Northwest Plumbing Services first, and we moved to the highway and Millard Road, where all the road construction has been. And I popped out of the meeting for a minute because they just put the first street light up at Millard and Highway 30. I thought this was never going to happen. I also own Sass at Home. When we moved here, my husband was like, oh, well, you can have a retail store, thinking I was going to sell toilet flappers and stuff. No, I have centered around kitchen and bath and things I like. So I have, I like wine and I like whiskey. So I've got a lot of wine and whiskey things. I like hobo purses, and my order is on its way. So I've got my first order of hobos coming in that I'm very excited about. I also carry some specialty foods, Durant olive oil from the only commercial olive mill in Oregon. It's amazing. And I have a new hot sauce, Haute sauce, and it's made in North Portland. So I've tried to, on my food products especially, I've tried to focus on Oregon. I do a lot of shopping through a retail or a wholesale site called Fair, and I'm able to drill down and get not available on Amazon, made in America, and items like that. I do carry some chain items of the Demdeco line, which most of you guys would know as the willow tree or angels. Demdeco is so much more. But I do have the willow tree angels, and I've got that Demdeco line I just started getting in summer this year. So
and you have an online website too.
We are available online. So when we signed up or decided to do this, Shopify was probably the most common POS that I was finding. And Shopify is more geared for online. And so if it's available in the store, it has to be available online. I can make it available online only, but I can't make it available in store only. So we were in a way forced to go online. We don't get a lot of online customers, but we do get some. And we want to more target our local community. And what I tell people is we've got online available. If it's 9 o'clock at night and you remembered that you had a birthday present you needed to buy for the next night, you can shop online, mark local pickup. We'll have it packaged, ready to go, and you can run in the door, grab it, and go. We actually had one of our repeat customers had come in. She didn't have time to shop that day, so she shopped online before she came by, and then she walked in like this. I'm not looking at anything else right now. And she grabbed her bag and she took off. So that was a lot of willpower because we have a lot of items in. Our office is 2,000 square. Our retail shop and plumbing showroom and office is 2,000 square feet. And I would say that 1,700 square feet is retail space. So we've had a lot of space that we needed to fill, and there's a lot to look at. Regarding our so 2021 was our first year of Sass at Home, and as I said about the light, we battled the road construction. We moved in here in February, and in March they shut our side of the highway down for 6 weeks. That turned into 6 months. We were evacuated with them breaking into a gas line. We, just name it, and it happened. So we used a lot of social media, and we have signage. We are working, we got our Northwest Plumbing sign up first, and we are working on getting our Sass at Home sign up that's going to run perpendicular to the highway. And it will not be a lit sign, but it'll be a highly reflective sign. And I think that is going to help. We're talking about doing some lighting up at the building. I've learned being up from the highway, we're not that far off the highway, but a lot of people will be like, I can't find you. And they'll be in the parking lot for the Material Magic next door to me, and they can't find me. And if they just look to the west, they'll find me.
Yeah.
So
Mindy, could you also let everyone know like what has worked for you in the past when you started last year with the holidays?
So what we did with our holidays is 2021 was a very emotional year for me in outside of work. We had friends pass away. So a lot of our purchases also were emotionally based, and they were also, our sales became emotionally based. I used to host wreath making at home. And so one night, I think it was a Wednesday night, we did a wreath making here at the store. And it ended up being a great night. So it was a sip and chop wreath making. If you wanted to make a wreath, we just asked for $10 to go for the supplies. We helped everybody. We made, I believe it was 28 wreaths. Or the customers came in and made 28 wreaths. I had a great time. It was a good sale. We did our campaign. We participated with the Keep It Local holiday card program, and we also did 12 days of Christmas. And our 12 days of Christmas started on December 13th and then went to the 24th. And most of our nights were did well. One of the ones that, again, an emotional night, my husband used to shop with his buddies on December 23rd. They would go out, go shopping, and go have burgers and beer. So burgers are not real easy to serve to people. So I did December 23rd. We were open till 9. Normally we close at 6. And we did pizza and beer. And I just looked at it, and that night was our biggest night. We grossed $3,100 in sales that day. And so we had some other ones. We did a stocking stuffer sale, which the stock, every day had a different sale. It was also clearly marked on our website and in store of what we had. So if you knew you wanted to stock up on ornaments, the first day of our sale was 50% off of ornaments. If you knew that you wanted to buy some food related product, we had a salt and spice sale day. Sorry about that. Warren. Come here. Come join me. Sorry about that. So we did find that some of our sales didn't have the products that were on sale. Like our Towel Tuesday, we didn't sell a lot of towels, but we did well with the sale. We like Hallmark, again, emotional shopping, right? So we had on Sunday, we had a Hallmark sip and shop and played Hallmark. I have a TV here. We played Hallmark movies and had a sale. I think we ran a little extra hours on that one. Those were the things that we did. We did things that we loved. And I think that's where it made it successful, is those were things that we enjoyed doing. And we, the biggest days that we did the most sales were days that we were really excited about what we were doing. And I'm excited about my store. I'll share it with anybody and chat your ear off about it. But I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry about that. What was the other thing I was going to say on for social media, our posts were informative. And again, our sales were clear. People knew what they were going to be getting when they came in. And we also support other local businesses. So if another business is having a sale on something, we'll support it, we'll tag them, we'll try and create that increased media presence. Or even if we weren't able to get to a store and shop, we would see their post and we'd like and or comment on it, because again, that boosts up their social media presence.
Yeah. The next question I have for you is what things did and didn't work out as intended, or things, or even surprises about the campaign that happened last year?
In looking back at our sales, like I said, I was overall, I was like, wow, we did a lot more than I thought we did. So I calculated out our gross sales for the year, and then we really didn't. The construction was finally gone the end of September, or not the construction, but our side of the highway was open the end of September, and October 15th was Northwest Plumbing's 30th birthday a year ago. So we did our grand opening and all of that. Between October and December, the last quarter of the year, biggest time we were open, that 12 days of Christmas sale was 35% of our sales. So I think having those, what worked out was having a clearly marked sale and a plan of what we were doing. We were invited to a night market that we participated in, and that also got our name out. And we've added some cards with our name and our address on it. We had to work really hard with Google to get our name showing up on Google Maps. And we actually created a map showing our own detour, because the detours didn't come up. That was a battle that was out of our control. And whoever, ODOT doing the detour did not do us any favors by giving a detour on how to get to our businesses. And it wasn't just my business, it was, there's actually about 8 businesses right here that were all directly affected by this road closure. So I think that was our biggest detour last year, or our biggest hurdle last year, was dealing with the road construction and the detour. And even after they left all sorts of cones and barrels and everything all around. So it just looks like a construction zone when they were going by.
Yeah, and seeing that we have just a few minutes left, is there any questions that people want to ask about Mindy? Cool. Well, Mindy, what are some of your plans for this year? Now that, yeah,
We looking at some more notes. Shop Small Saturday was a tiered sale. We had quite a few. We would mix up our tiered sales. Sometimes it was a percentage off. Sometimes it was $1 off. Sometimes it would be just a flat percentage off of particular items or the whole store. But using those tiered sales helped out a lot. And you know, the odd thing was we found out, I think I already said this, that some of our sales didn't actually move the products that were on sale, but it did get people in the store. Our plan is to continue tweaking on the 12 days. We are hosting a, oh my gosh, happy hour. I keep blanking on what the name of it is. We're hosting a happy hour with the South County Chamber of Commerce. We are part of the Chamber of Commerce. We're part of Keep It Local. We support Toy and Joy heavily, and that is, I support other charities also, but Toy and Joy is our biggest one that we are involved in. And I actually got a sale the other day. A gal came in and said, "Oh, I saw your name because you donated something to the Caples House." So my one suggestion is, when you do donate to a charity, make sure that you include your business card that has your logo on it. Make sure you've got your branding down, and you've got a way for them to connect with you. So, and again, we're planning the 12 days of shopping, where we don't open on Black Friday. We're here on Black Friday working. If somebody comes by, we don't like have a special sale on that day. We do have a big sale on Shop Small Saturday, but we still will be, if somebody wants to come in and shop, they're welcome to come in.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Mindy. I really appreciate you sharing everything that you're doing. And I think those are really great insights that all of us can like take some ideas from.
Yeah, and Erica, do your sale.
Yes. All right. Well, for these last few moments, so this time we don't have a survey because this class was a special class for this series, the fall series, because the holidays aren't coming again until next year. And so the last part is, if we have one more class left in our series, and that's next week, Wednesday. And so that will be covering maximizing Google My Business and how to be found in a search and an optimized search, and how to get your website at the top of those searches when somebody searches for you. So it's a really important class for everybody that has a website and an online presence, or just needs to create an online presence. So please, attend that. It's a free class, same time as this one on Zoom. And then additionally, for all those that have been attending a lot of our classes, I have been keeping track. And so towards the end, I'll be reaching out to everybody to let them know, once our website is launched, how they can access their free featured listing as part of the series. And so I'll stay on if there's any questions around the Keep It Local for the Holidays campaign or anything I talked about today. And then additionally, if anyone wants to stay on and just like talk with one another about like what's worked for them, feel free. You know, this is a great way to learn from your fellow business peers. And so thank you all for coming today, and I hope to see you next week.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Mindy. I really appreciate it.
Did you see where I included the information about the